second half. Are you going to take maybe a similar approach for this one, or is it going to be closer to maybe what a regular season game might be like?
I think we'll take a similar approach, and I also think that with the potential of having Colin probably for sure available, and Al tentatively, like right now, being slotted to be available, I think we'll definitely look, especially in the first half, to keep it scripted. Second half is usually a feel thing on what's going on at halftime, and the fouls play a part of what's going on. But I feel like we'll have a scripted flow, at least for the first part of the half.
You talked a lot about Duran in the offseason. You talked a lot about Duran in the offseason, I guess. I know it's just one exhibition, but as you kind of get to maybe more the business end of not just exhibitions, but also practices and things like that, do you feel like you're seeing kind of the payoff, I guess?
Yeah, he feels it. I think just him in general, I think he feels better about himself. I think he has a better confidence about himself. He's not anywhere near where we want him to be, as a threat offensively. I think his conditioning level, game-like conditioning level isn't there yet. And I think everybody's got to get that game conditioning, and that will help him offensively because we've got to get him to put more pressure at the front of the basket for us. That's something we've spent a lot of time on this week with our team. Our team in general putting a lot of pressure on the basket in transition, and I would be disappointed if on Sunday we weren't better just in terms of our pace. So a lot of those things are coming together for him. We're here early in the part of the season, but I think he's going to be a guy that we're going to count on to play longer stretches than he does. I told him the other day, I don't think he can play 15 good minutes yet. And I tried to get his attention because he thinks right now he's obviously playing a lot better, and he's obviously feeling a lot better, but the expectation for him is really high from our staff and what we're going to ask him to do. And he's working hard at it, though. I like his approach.
With these two exhibitions, have you noticed guys maybe starting to get into a little bit of a routine as far as game preparation? Have you sort of set the expectations for preparation?
And today was actually a good, our first one against Marion, we didn't spend a whole lot of time talking about prep. Today was actually the first time that they got a chance to see what we do 2 days before a game, whether we're watching the film. Tomorrow will be an opportunity for scouting segments and practice, which will be new. And then our game day routine, which they went through the first time against Marion, will be the same with a little bit of a more preparation type of a feel. So as we get ready to go into the opener, those guys will have an understanding of what the week will look like and what we do, leading into a game.
Archie, what are you looking for from Colin? I don't know how long he's been out or whatever, but what do you want to see from him?
He's been back at least, our last 3 workouts, at least in our half-court sessions, and then today he was pretty much full go for a good portion of the practice, and he really lifts us up. I mean, he's a guy that has a voice, and anytime you can communicate defensively in huddles, picking your teammates up, that's a big boost, and he does that. He stretches the floor with the way his ability to shoot, and he's a skilled guy, being able to put it down and pass. So he gives us another weapon offensively, that can, probably, keep us spaced out and obviously put the defense on their heels a little bit in terms of who they defend him with. But he's playing hard. If he does what he does in practice every day, he's going to give us a big boost.
How far along, Archie, are you with instituting the offense? I mean, you talked about 75-25 on the defense.
Yeah.
It's a new team.
Probably that same amount. Our base, I'd say, 80% of our practice is really based on transition offense and spacing and making sure guys are understanding their roles in transition, and then our flow game, our ability to play after the play, which we didn't get a whole lot of that against Marion. Against good teams, you're not going to be able to score on 1 or 2 passes, so being able to flow and work together. But I'd say 75%, just in terms of the amount of plays and actions and all that. We're not very heavily invested in them yet. I think that will have to start to come after we get through this week, where our package going into game 1 is about 90% done.
After watching the film of the Marion game, what do you think you need to see improvement in on Sunday's game?
Well, I think the biggest thing is I felt like the one thing that stood out was our conditioning level offensively. To be a team that wants to play with tempo and pace, part of it is you have to be committed to running the floor hard. And if a guy stops 5 feet short of where he's supposed to be because he's a little bit lazy or tired, that spacing really blows up a lot of the options. So I think just the conditioning level offensively, being able to play for longer stretches faster and having guys run harder, that was big. And then I think from an execution standpoint, offensively, we needed to be a little bit sharper. Defensively, I wasn't too caught up in the game. I thought our guys really had to work late in the clock. It's the one thing that Marion did to us is they were patient and they made us guard, late into possessions, and I thought we had some good stuff going on. I thought guys regularly played pretty hard, on the fly. So, like I told those guys today, a big thing coming into this week has been, our pace on offense, our ability to execute, and it's always been can we raise up another level and play harder defensively? And I think we have. I think we've had a pretty good week this week.
Again, I know it being early, but kind of especially with the Marion game, what did you kind of see from Josh running the point? What did you like, and maybe where do you think he still?
Josh had a really solid exhibition game on both ends of the floor. I thought defensively he was very, very solid. He gave us a presence on the ball. Off the ball, I think he was for the most part doing his job. Offensively, I thought he let the game come to him, and he pushed the ball. I thought he had some good pace to him. He shared the ball, and then he kept it simple. When he was open, he took good shots, and he made some. So I thought he had a very solid outing. Big boost for us in general in that position is going to be getting Al back. Having the ability to play Al in there a little bit with Josh or without, and then having Devontae in there with Al and without, he gives us another guy, because I think Al's a very, very he's a gifted offensive player. He really knows how to play the game, so he's another guy. So getting Al back will help Josh as well.
Anything else for you? Go ahead, Mike. One quick question. I think you mentioned the 5 spot. You're a little bit worried about your depth there.
Yeah.
What might be your options after Freddie backing up Duran?
It's a good question. It actually came up today in practice with the staff, and the way you look at it is, you're always at an advantage when you play small offensively. In many cases, may not be the best decision defensively, but you can cover things defensively with different schemes and different approaches. But our best option at some point is, can Colin and Juwan play together? Are those guys going to be able to play together in a game, which they haven't really had a chance to do just because Colin's been out anyway. But it's a thought that you play, I don't want to say the 5, but you play 5 good players offensively, and that may be your best weapon. Instead of the depth being just about the position, it may be the lineup, the creativity with your lineup. So it's something we're going to have to think about moving forward after this weekend, I think.
And you know anything about Indy right now, or any thoughts on?
A little bit. I mean, they're ranked 15th in one poll, 19th in another. Long term, standing coach. I think they've been to the tournament 6 out of the last 9 years, and I think they're projected to probably go to the tournament this year. And my experience is anytime you had a chance to play a very talented top 25 Division II team, they could probably beat a lot of Division I teams. So to me, we're playing against a team that is going to come in here probably excited to play. They've got a lot of experience. And looking at some of the transfers who have come in, the shooting stands out. Davidson had 9 threes against Auburn last year in an exhibition. And they got some true size, too. They got some big bodies, 6'8" and 6'9", which we didn't see yet. So I think that's going to be good. So it's going to be a good test for us. I think it'll be much different opponent and style than our first exhibition. And starting to break them down a little bit and actually just learn a little bit about them now, I think it's going to be a good test for us.
All right, Coach.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you.